Apollo! We haven't been able to find anything out here at the borders. I suggest that we return to the castle and resume our search there.
We continue scouting the borders until I say so. After all, you were the one who suggested we patrol this area in the first place.
But that was before we learned that someone broke into the castle. Brother, I beg of you, please reconsider.
Nonsense, Oberon. You and Castor let the shapeshifter get away with trespassing before your very own eyes. I refuse to trust anything you have to say on the matter.
Didn't the shapeshifter fool you too?
Yes, but that's not important. According to each magical scan, the shapeshifter was closest to the two of you yesterday night. So it's your fault that it got away.
I'm sorry, Apollo. I told the Three Crowns as soon as we figured it out, but we were still too late.
Of course you were late. You always... Well, I suppose that late is better than never. Besides, your mind was preoccupied with the upcoming coronation. It's understandable that you weren't at peak performance. But don't let it happen again.
Right. Of course. By the way, how have you been? We're both so busy with our royal duties that we hardly ever get to talk anymore. Well, unless it's about the shapeshifter invasion, but you know what I mean.
Now that you mention it, we don't really talk much, do we?
It's probably for the best. After all, you're the elemental of light, and I'm the elemental of darkness. The citizens cheer whenever you raise the sun each morning, and they worship the ground you walk on. I'm just the gothic screw-up that kids tell each other scary stories about. Nothing more than a spooky campfire story. A monster.
Oberon, I was a bit harsh with my words last night.
What do you mean?
The citizens are afraid of you, yes, but that isn't always a bad thing. Perhaps they fear you out of respect for the darkness and all otherworldly powers within it.
Thanks, Apollo. I really needed to hear that.
Of course. I'm the best brother anyone could ever wish for. Unfortunately, I simply never had the chance to go on many outings with you.
Maybe once everything settles down, now would be a good time to start. We can come back to town together, just like this, for some window shopping.
Honestly, when was the last time we ever went out on the town together?
Not since we were kids. Everything changed after our coronation. Remember?
Oh, right.
Apollo, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. I'd wait, but I should probably come clean before the kingdom goes crazy about the shapeshifter spy.
Really? What is it?
Apollo, ever since our coronation, I've always been... Not intentionally, of course. Technically intentionally, actually, but not to be...
Out with it already.
It's about our magic. At the coronation, I think that
You guys are finally back! You two have been out patrolling all night. It's nearly noon now.
I know. It's been absolutely dreadful. I had used my magic to raise the sun from the middle of the woods.
Why are you the only one that can move the sun and moon? Is it an elemental thing?
Indeed. The sun is practically the embodiment of light, after all. So it only makes sense that the elemental of light is the one who can move it. As for the moon, I'm actually not sure. Do you have any thoughts on the matter, Oberon? We are twins, after all.
No, sorry. I don't have any idea.
How unfortunate. Anyways, now that you're back, I wanted to review the coronation schedule. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me so early, Time Warp. I was very concerned about rumors in the kingdom, especially since your coronation is tomorrow. Have you heard the news? About the shapeshifters? Yeah, but I don't know all the details. That's all right. All you need to know is that one breached the castle security last night. Apollo and Oberon are on border patrol while everyone else prepares for your coronation. Castor also used one of my gemstones to create a shield spell around the kingdom. We will catch the shapeshifter that was in the castle last night. There is no way for more to enter the kingdom through Castor's shield, and whoever already entered our territory won't be able to leave. Everyone will be completely safe. Right, of course. But, King Delphi, I always wanted to ask, why did the shapeshifters declare war against Astronora? We never had any problems with them before, nor did any of the other kingdoms. When they ambushed our castle last year, it came completely out of nowhere. Maybe something provoked them? Do we have records of it? You never told any of us very much about the ambush, and nobody else in the kingdom seems to remember what happened. Don't worry, Time Warp. I can assure you that they attacked unprovoked. Those monsters need no reason to wreak havoc on our lands. Their ambush was violent and sporadic. Mindless monsters, nothing more.
I beg to differ, Your Highness.
Blaze? What are you doing? Specialist Blaze Trotter, I did not expect you to join us so early. Buddy, now isn't the time for a conspiracy theory.
While they may have taken us by surprise, their attack wasn't completely aimless. It seems that the shapeshifters had some sort of coordinated attack plan. If there is a threat of danger from their ranks, we should not underestimate them again.
Well said, Specialist. I will inform Lord Valiant and Princess Eris of this at once. Even if they attack without reason, it was foolish of us to assume the shapeshifters had no military structure. After all, they did attack without reason. Right, Specialist? Blaze, please.
Correct, King Delphi.
Of course. Anyways, now that you're here, I trust that you can safely escort Time Warp to your first class of the day. After all, you were both very eager to begin training at the academy. I'm sure you must be excited to make new friends. Very excited, yes. We'll get going now. The professor will be happy to see us arrive early. Good luck, boys. And Time Warp, be sure to keep your friend out of trouble. Of course. Are you crazy? The 3 crowns didn't have anything to do with your friend disappearing.
First of all, yes they did. Second, he was our friend. You just don't remember him because
I have some sort of magic-induced amnesia, I know. Blaze Trotter, we will talk about this later, but we can't bring it up in class. The other kids will think we're crazy.
But we will talk about this later, right? You promise?
Blaze, you're my best friend. If it will make you feel better, of course we'll talk about it. I promise.
Thanks, Time. It means a lot. But where are all the other students at? I know we're early, but we're not that early.
Actually, the first class of the year starts an hour late, so the professors have time for a meeting. On that note, you two are, in fact, very early.
Usually, there are only a few of us here before the meeting is done. It's nice to see some new faces around.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. This is Blaze Trotter, and my name is... You must be Time Warp, the mysterious young elemental who has yet to receive a title. Yes, we've heard all about you and your charming coronation tomorrow evening. It's the talk of the town. You've only been to school for less than a day, but you'll no doubtedly be the most popular students in class. I am Mythical Echo, traveling magician, merchant, and a true jack of all trades. My associate and I have been assigned to give you and your feisty friend a tour of the school grounds.
Hi! That associate is me. I'm Finch. It's super nice to meet you both.
Wait. What?
This schedule is a nightmare. How is Time Warp supposed to get each of these meetings done before the coronation? He just began classes at the academy today.
Maybe the king just wants to make sure everything gets done before the party. Isn't there a big dance after the coronation?
Yes, the gala. That's where the first phase of my plans will finally come to fruition.
Are you gonna tell me about it yet?
About what? The plan?
Yes, the plan! If I'm such an important part of it, I want to know what's going to happen, and I want to know why.
I already told you, Nynx. You're not ready yet. Besides, now it's only a matter of time until the elementals are overthrown. Soon, everybody will know the truth, and I shall reclaim what is rightfully mine. After I've fulfilled my family's prophecy, the entire kingdom will bow
To me!
What the? What are you doing here, you moron? I thought I told you to never come into my study. You're going to get yourself killed.
I didn't have a choice. King Delphi put a shield all around Astronora. I was trapped inside the kingdom before I had the chance to leave.
Soul, who's this?
Nynx, meet Oleander.
Prince Orlinder.
Right, whatever. They're an associate of mine from many decades ago. We had made an agreement to not meet again after our first arrangements fell through, but it seems that some shapeshifters aren't great at keeping their word.
Some shapeshifters, really? You're going to insult my entire civilization over a petty argument?
No, it's just you. I was simply trying to be polite by implying that you weren't the only incompetent one. But if you're so eager to prove me wrong...
You insolent little...
So, you're friends?
No.
So you're... allies?
I can accept that term. Truce?
A temporary truce until the shield is down. Sure.
Anyways, what's this I'm hearing about some big plan to overthrow the elementals? You can't possibly still be working on that same old scheme after all these decades.
What, like you've done anything better?
You keep saying decades like it wasn't that long ago, but isn't that a ton of time? How old are you two?
We're immortals, so we age a bit differently than most civilians would.
You mean like how the elementals age?
I guess so, but more...
Enough of that. Nynx, why don't you go play outside for a while?
Are you sure? You said we weren't supposed to let anybody see me.
Stay close, don't leave the castle gardens, and return to me if anything happens. We've discussed this sort of thing before, so I expect you to be safe. Wear this cape to hide your wings. If anybody asks, you're a unicorn visiting the castle to study magic with me.
Or tell them that you came to teach Soul how to be less of a boring stick in the mud. They'll definitely believe that.
Nynx, I suggest that you leave now. Oleander and I need to have a little chat about proper etiquette in the castle, especially if this truce is meant to last more than 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll be back when you're done chatting. This is gonna be so boring. Nobody else is even allowed out in these gardens. What am I supposed to do while I wait? Talk to myself?
I suppose that depends if you think of yourself as good company or not.
Huh? Who said that? Be quiet. We aren't supposed to be this close to the castle. I don't see what the big deal is. My mom is gonna be super mad when she finds out I followed the two princes here. Oh, there you are. Hello, my name is Nynx. Borealis.
I am Ira.
Adelaide. It's nice to meet you both. So, now that we've been properly introduced, what are you two doing out in the castle garden?
None of these books are telling me anything I don't already know. I guess I haven't looked at this book yet. The Book of Amber Sun. I wonder why King Delphi never told me about this book. If it was locked in his study, it must have some magical importance. I suppose it couldn't hurt to read a few pages. After all, I can just return it to the office later. Let's see. Amber Sun was a beautiful young princess with amazing magical powers. Her coat was as white as snow and her hair as golden as the sun, which quickly became her namesake. She would go on magical adventures with everyone in the kingdom, because everyone was her friend and they all loved her. A long time ago, Amber Sun's mother and father had made a wish beneath a shooting star in the sky. They wished to have the perfect daughter to rule their kingdom and continue their legacy. That morning, when the sun rose, a miracle occurred. Amber Sun was born. She quickly got to meet all of her loyal subjects, who welcomed her with open arms. To celebrate her coronation, Amber Sun sang a wonderful song. She was the best singer in the kingdom had ever seen. However, everything started to change when a star fell from the sky, bringing 2 new royal colts into the world with her. These colts grew up to become dashing young princes, and they played with Amber Sun out in the castle gardens. She was the best at playing... Okay, I think I get the point. This must have been categorized under the wrong file. It's nothing more than a simple children's story, so there's certainly no reason for King Delphi to have such an obscure item. I could just return it after review a few of these scrolls.
Or you could keep reading for a few more chapters.
What? Why would I... Oh, it's you.
Hi, Castor. Are you enjoying my book?
I mean, it's a bit childish for my taste.
Well, I am a child, so...
Look, I just don't really think it piques my interest very much. I'm a stallion of research and intrigued, not of fantasy stories or unnecessary fluff.
I mean, there is a pretty good chapter on ancient star magic, but you have to keep reading if you want to understand any of that.
Really? You put ancient spells in this book?
Hey, I'm here, aren't I? I really don't think you're in any place to question what my magic can do.
So, what do you want me to do?
Keep reading, please.
Yeah, alright. That sounds like an excellent plan.